What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Noah Cavanaugh. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I'm a pro footballer, currently injured, unfortunately, but back soon. In today's video, we are going to be talking to Dor Jok, who is a fabulous footballer. He's a young guy who has come up through the ranks in Perth and actually moved over to Melbourne to pursue an opportunity at one of the NPL club teams in Melbourne. So he's a phenomenal guy. Really stoked to be able to talk to him. So he and I worked out together at Two Halves facility over in Perth. Obviously, this is before he moved over to Melbourne, and I'm just absolutely stoked to hear what he has to say about life and the love of and pursuit of the game. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into the video. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in again. I've got a fellow footballer, Dor, who's here with me. So he is in Melbourne currently. He and I crossed paths in Perth at Two Halves facility several times and played. He played in the NPL there and is currently in Melbourne. So, yeah, thanks so much for joining, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. How are you?
Yeah, doing very well. Doing very well.
Yeah, good.
It's beautiful here in the Northwest.
Decent. That's what's up.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with some, I guess, like a short bio about you, where you're from, what position you play, your favorite player, and the current team that you're with.
Well, I started playing in Perth when I was actually 15. So what happens is I used to play a lot of street football. That's what I played back home, back in Kenya. So I think I was in high school, year 9 actually. I was playing against some of the local boys from that used to play for ECU at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I was playing with them and they thought I was good. So they started asking me questions. Who do you play for? I said, I don't really play for anyone. They said, man, you should come down and try for ECU. And at that moment, I think I was playing in the soccer academy at school. And everyone was telling me, bro, I'm not going to lie. I don't think you make it to ECU. The club is really good, bro. I said, oh, well, it doesn't bother me. It didn't really bother me at the time because I love football anyway. So it was almost like a hobby. So whatever happened to me at that moment, it didn't really bother me. So I go into the trials. Did well, I thought, but comes down to the last day. Coach said he didn't make it. I said, oh, well, it is what it is. So I've gone home. Next day, I get a call back from the coach. Says, we've actually just lost one of the players and would love for you to come back. And I said, oh, if I have to try, I don't think I want to come back. They said, nah, you're in the team. So I'm really pretty happy about that. So joined ECU when I was 15. Been there since the age of 15 till I was about 19.
Mm-hmm.
So did pretty well every season, to be fair. And last year, I think because I couldn't break into the first team, which is it was annoying because I was working hard every day trying to get into that team, man. I was racking up numbers in the reserves, week in, week out, and obviously a lot of people had the same questions. Why is this kid not playing first team?
Yep.
So those questions were answered because I did end up getting given my first team debut by Kenny Lowe. So ended up getting my debut. I actually scored a scream on my debut. So I'm thinking, right, maybe this is the start of the good things happening. Maybe I'm surely gonna get called up, a few weeks coming up as well.
Definitely.
After that, I didn't get called up again. I didn't even train first team anymore.
What?
Yeah. I just kind of go left in the dark. No, didn't really get told anything really. So I didn't get called up. I didn't know what was going on. But to be honest, because I love the club so much, man. Every year, pretty sure every single season I got offered by other clubs and I would turn them down just because of the amount of loyalty I had for them. So didn't get called back again. I'm thinking, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Few first team came for me. I'm not gonna mention them, but about 3 came for me at that moment. I think it's time for me to move on. I think we were in the preseason when COVID was really hitting us. So I said I'm probably gonna leave. You know how I chat with the coaches. They were very supportive of my decision, but they didn't want me to leave.
Right.
So they talk me in, saying, like, you're a good kid, you work hard, you're a good player, and we'd love for you to stay because you're in our plan. And obviously, if you hear that from, the main first team coach, and that's your boyhood club, you're not gonna turn it down.
Yeah.
So now I'm here. All right, you know what? I'm gonna believe the word. I'm gonna stay for the season. Some people told me, said, "Man, listen, it's Kenny, probably the best coach in the league. You should probably stay with him." And some said, how can you believe something like that if you just got left in the dark after your first debut? And I said, oh well, man, I'll give it a go. It's a short season anyway, so if nothing happens, I can move on next year.
Yeah.
Stayed for the season. Like I said, didn't get involved first team again for weeks, man. And I'm in the 20s and I'm just destroying it every week in week out. So I got called up again. It was random at this moment. I didn't even expect it. Got called up to make my league debut. It was against Toronto, I think.
Okay.
I came on, did pretty well, got an assist, and again got left out again. It's just a weird cycle going on, man. I think again, so I went and had a chat with the coach and said, what exactly do I need to do to be part of your team for the season? Because I think I've got what it takes. I've shown it already, what do I need to do? And he said, mate, there's nothing you can do. You're doing really well. You're working hard. You're staying patient. But I've also got players that need to be played that are already under a certain contract. And they need to get played. And always I respected that because I wasn't a contracted player. I was still one of the youth boys.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I think a few weeks go by and I get called up to go, play against Perth Glory, which the academy team, obviously. I came off the bench and I scored. And that was the last time I played first team football. Time I played first team football. Since then, I'll sit on the bench, never come on. I think that I went a moment where I didn't play for almost 3 weeks.
Wow.
Because, I was just training hard, but not coming on at all. A lot of people, even some players did have complaints about me not playing, but it is what it is, man. Football at the end of the day. So I ended up asking if I could just go back to the reserves and at least get some game time because it was getting a bit annoying because imagine as a player training hard every week in, week out, but not playing every weekend. It's like, that's not what you want. So I ended up going back reserves again. I barely played with them, to be fair. I think I played probably about 10 games, not full games anyways. Ended up still getting, I think, tied top goal scorer in the league and getting player of the season as well, which is one of my goals. So, and to get that it was really good. And it showed, man, at the end of the day, man, good heart and the good people and the hard workers always win somehow, you know what I mean?
That's it.
So, it was, I know it was a bit of a rough season, but to end up getting those awards kind of made me feel, all right, you know what? It didn't go as we planned, but at least the first goal that we had at this start of the preseason was to make my debut, which I written down before the season started or the preseason started, and I ended up ticking it off. And I also said to score I even said I was going to score my debut, man. It was a weird feeling, and I did that, and it was like, oh, like, man, I ticked off a few goals. I ticked off the goal of me getting the top scorer, at least getting player of the season, and all those little stuff, man. When you look back and you see, you're like, man, it wasn't the worst season if you think about it. And obviously, again, comes the end of the season, I had a chat with the first team coach saying, because I've been really persistent at this moment, man. I didn't really want to leave the club. Season's done. I didn't really get the promises that I got given at the start of the season. But I still appreciate the fact that I got my first team debut, which is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And he's gone to me and he said, mate, I love you as a player. I love your attitude. You're a good kid, but I would like for you to come back for the preseason and the night series and see how you go. And if you like it, I would love for you to stay. If you don't, then you're also open to, see out some other opportunities. And I think I'm left here standing and I was just very confused of what even that meant. You know what I mean? I expected a contract, should I say, because barely played in the 20s, got top scorer, got best player in the league, got a goal on my debut, got 2 goals and assists in 3 games off the bench. And I'm thinking, oh, surely this is enough to give me a contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, I've heard that too many times. Come play this, play that, and if you like it, and it's like I told him, to be fair, I'm also I'm very patient, but I like honesty as well. And if I was to be honest with you, I would love for you to offer me a first team contract. I said I don't have to get guaranteed anything, because in football you can't get guaranteed anything, man. You have to work for it. I said, but if you can give me a contract, I can promise you that I'm gonna get game time, because I can work for it. You know what I mean? I know you already got your players, but I'm willing to fight them for my position.
Absolutely.
And obviously that didn't happen. So I think about 8 teams came for me in the NPL trying to sign me.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, I was like, wow, I've got teams coming for me, and I'm not gonna wait for something that's not been offered. You know what I mean? So at that moment, we're just looking out for the best option possible.
Yep.
And first, before I left, again, for the respect that I had for the club and the coach as well, I showed him a message, because he's a busy guy, man. Out of football, he's very busy. So I messaged him. I said, could you please give me a call if you can? Just want to chat to you about my future again. And didn't get a response back until I think 24 hours later or something. And saying I will give you a call after work tonight. I said, no problem. I waited for that call. 3 days go by. Nothing came. Yeah, nothing came. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it until Friday 5 p.m. I just, if nothing comes by then. Now it's been, I think this is the 4th today now. So if nothing comes, then I'll leave like that. So I showed him another message. I said, still waiting for the call. I don't know if he maybe got carried away, he got busy or something, but just making sure again didn't get a message. So I sent another message for the third one. I said just to confirm that I just want to talk about future, but I'm not really getting a response at the moment. So I just want to say thanks for everything. Thanks for giving me my debut. Making my dream come true. Anyways, and for the things I learned from you anyway. So I'm appreciative of everything you did for me, but I think it's the best for me to move on and kind of see other opportunities. So I ended up leaving. I left the club, got the message back, I think the next day. And at that moment, to be fair, I wasn't too interested in it anymore. But again, I think I signed for Barcata first. Which I was really grateful for, because the coach, I think he had a lot of young players at the start of the pre-season. He wanted a young team. And obviously I've gone into the team, I'm doing really well. Every pre-season game I scored, every single one of them. Every single one. But I was coming off the bench. I was getting 10 minutes and 15 minutes and all sort of stuff. And the people that were getting played above me, it was like, man, I like, no disrespect, but I think I should be playing more minutes than you. Yeah. But again, it was a pre-season, man. I didn't really want to get carried away. I kept working hard, man, in all the running we did, all the fitness stuff and ball stuff. I kept showing what I could do, man. Mm-hmm. And I think came the night series again. I think I had a really good night series. In that night series, two more teams came for me because of the good night series I had. And when I saw just looking back to what was going on at the club at the time, there wasn't really good things. It didn't look good in my opinion. Obviously, I wouldn't want to go into details, but I thought best thing for me, the hardest bit was moving from my old club. But now that I've moved, I've actually got the courage now to want to do anything for myself for once, because I've always done it for the club, done it for people, but never for myself. At the end of the day, I'm the player, man. It's my career, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've gone, you know what, man? If I want to have a good season next year in the men's league, and for that to happen, I need to be in the best team possible. Some players that are going to understand my style of play, a coach that can believe in me, someone that's going to give me the chance that I deserve, and feed me the balls for me to score goals and all that stuff. So I ended up leaving and going to Coburn. Mm-hmm. And Coburn, man, to this day, probably my favorite club I've been to. I wasn't there for so long. I was actually there for like 2 months, I think.
Yeah.
Which is it was really short time. I would have loved to stay with them for the season, but obviously life happens. But I gone there, man. Felt welcome. Players were really good. The coaches really welcoming. Everything was good, man. I got there, I think on a Tuesday actually. That's the day the train with them that week. That same week, man, my debut with them, I scored on it, which is good. So
Yeah.
now obviously the team is a really good team, man. A bunch of good players, but they needed that striker that got the pace and can run in behind and all those little stuff. So they felt like they found that man. And the league came, obviously, ended up getting 3 goals in 3 games for them. And then the Melbourne thing came about.
Yeah.
It came about, man, randomly. And obviously, man, it's a big opportunity you can't turn down, really, as a player. If you really want to progress as a person and as a player, you can't turn down big opportunities like that. And I know how much disappointment it was going to be to leave Coburn, because now they just found a striker, hasn't even been there for that long, and he's already leaving and all those little stuff. I did have a hard think about it, but at the end of the day, I knew what my heart wanted, man, and it's to go get it. So I said, I had a chat with the club, told them, I've got a big opportunity in Melbourne for Melbourne Knights, and I would love to go there and, see how it goes, because my goal, man, is to get as high as I can, and to be a professional. You know what I mean? And if you get opportunities like that, you can't turn them down, because sometimes, man, you almost get them once in a lifetime, and the one you turn down could be the one that could change your life. So they were very understanding, which is really good. They supported what I was doing, and they said, man, go there, do your best, and hopefully it works out for you. Which we want the best for you. You're a good kid, so which is really good, man. I really appreciate the Coburn for it, because it wasn't the right time, to be fair. But again, you just need the right people in your life sometimes, man, to understand what you go through every day. Because obviously people see the good side of things and the goals and this and the happiness you see on pitch and everything, but stuff I do behind closed doors, man. Like sometimes I feel like if I gave someone my 24-hour kind of thing, like a schedule, they would hate it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's ugly, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not the prettiest thing. It's not good. There's no sunshine and rainbows, man. It's bad, but I love it because it made me who I am. You know what I mean? So, I'm just grateful for the opportunity, man. Being healthy, staying fit. I haven't really gone through many injuries so far in my career, but I hope that continues that way. Again, it comes with the way I recover, man. The way I look after myself.
Absolutely.
All the thing I think of is my football. Nothing else can come in between me and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's really what's brought me this far, man. Just straight hard work. I've been turned down so many times. Couldn't tell you how many times, man. So many times, right? So many times. I've been told all sort of stuff, anything, but I'd be lying if I said it never got to me before. But again, I was younger, and they obviously the older I grew, I did get to understand that it's just a game of opinions, man. Anyone would say anything about you. There's probably people in the world that think Messi's not a good player, man.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? But again, it's opinions, you know what I mean? So you just gotta live with that, bro. At the end of the day, you have to be down for criticism, and you have to be down for anything else that comes with it. It's part of the game, and I welcome anything, man. I know at the end of the day, what I believe in is if you know who you are and you stay true to yourself, nothing will really affect you, because the end goal is all that matters, man. End goal is all that matters, man, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's incredible. So talk about maybe a little bit about like what that mindset's like, because obviously being, your boyhood club ECU is constantly telling you no, it's constantly telling you like, hey, come up, and then they ghost you for, however many weeks. And that's tough on any player, and especially somebody as talented as you are, knowing that you're better or equal to or better as a player than the players who are actually playing, and you deserve that shot. What does that what is that mentality like? What's going through your head during that time, and how do you kind of just keep going, keep at it?
To be honest, man, so much going through your head.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. Sometimes you feel like the game is not meant for you. You feel like nothing is going your way, really. You just feel like everything is against you. But I think what always kind of got me going is my head, man. I'll go really strong mindset in terms of stuff like that. I grew up in Kenya, man. Like, you had to grow up fast as a kid. The life wasn't easy, you know what I mean?
For sure.
A little bit of rejection and not getting given what I deserve is not going to stop me from what I really want to do, you know?
Yep.
So I do a lot of reading as well. I do a lot of reading. So that does come in handy with the way I handle situations like that. So if any player, man, I'll really recommend reading, because it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot in terms of when I'm not performing well, when things aren't going my way. And you just have to accept, man, it's never going to go your way all the time. It's impossible, man. I wish, you know what I mean? That's what we all wish. We all want things to go our way all the times, but that's not how lives work, man. So I think every time things like that happen, I'm just thinking, man, listen, there's only a few people that think you're not good enough or this and that. But at the end of the day, you know yourself, man. I think biggest thing is always my self-honesty. I know when I'm not right. I know when I'm right. And I know when I'm not doing well or doing well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when someone told me whatever they told me, if you came and told me, Dor, you had a terrible game today. Oh, no, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know I had a terrible game. You know what I mean? So it's like, I appreciate you telling me, but I already kind of had an idea. I knew the sort of game I had. It's weird, but when I'm playing a game, I almost remember every single touch I took. That's how focused I am in my game, because later when I go back, I know exactly what I did wrong. And sometimes I can't even sleep because of it, man, after a game. So I think all those the ways I got treated in terms of getting given fake promises and all those little stuff, I just honestly, man, I just stayed true to myself. I said, you know what? Let's just accept it, bro. It's not gonna work out at this moment, but I know one day my chance is gonna come. My time is gonna come. So always having hope in positivity, man. Always thinking your time is gonna come. It's always around the corner, man. If you know you've put in the work, you can't not think it's gonna come. You know, it's only not coming if you're not working. But if you know you're working and you're working harder than everyone else, then it's coming, because, man, hard work never goes unnoticed.
That's true.
For sure. Yeah.
That's true. What's the role of you mentioned you write down goals at the beginning of the season or maybe before games or something. What's the role of goals in your life? How do you use them, and how does that help you through your career?
Oh, man, I think, again, this goes for anyone, man. Anyone, young, old, anyone. If you really want to achieve anything quickly and in a bigger picture and a better, it's writing it down, man. Like, this has been helping me since I was probably 17. Before, obviously, you just turn up, have a session, play games and do this and have fun. But then it gets to the point where sometimes you feel like, what do you want to do in life? And if you want to do something, you have to take it serious, man. And writing down goals, man, you can use your phone sometimes, but the best way is when I'm writing it, I feel like you know what I mean? It's more present to me. Yeah. So goal setting is it's a big thing for me. It's really massive, because at least I'm not just working, because sometimes, man, people work hard, but they end up just getting burnt out, because you might know where you want to get to, but when you're not looking at it, you're not reading it every day, you're not repeating it to yourself every day, you can get burnt out, because you almost just hit a brick wall. You don't know where you're going. But when you know where you're heading, you can at least plan it out in these little steps of how to get there. And that's how I kind of just do everything, really. So I got daily goals, weekly goals, man, monthly and yearly and future. So on those little stuff, you write them down and just read them to yourself every day, man, and tell yourself, just kind of have a think of what you need to do to get there. You know what I mean? And I think, obviously, writing the goals down doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come easy, but it makes your job a little bit easier, and it kind of it just leads you in that pathway of not getting lost while
Mhm.
you're working. You know what I mean? So I think goal setting is a big thing, man, for anyone. Well, in my opinion, I think it is. So I would recommend it to anyone, man. It's good. Yeah.
Definitely. What you mentioned you read a lot. So what kind of books are you reading? Are you reading like fiction, nonfiction, self-improvement
Actually,
stuff?
my favorite book right now, I just finished this one here. So
Oh, such a
Relentless.
good book.
Man, how
Such a
good
good
is it?
book.
How good is it? So I read a lot of books based on just mental side of things.
Uh-huh.
Just psychology and all those little stuff. Because I think not just even a footballer, but any athlete really as in the world, man. I probably believe, well, it's probably a fact as well, but 80% of it is your mindset, man.
I
All
agree.
the physical side of things just come up, man. You've seen people that are freaks on the freaking pitch, but once one thing goes wrong, they just have a terrible game because they don't know how to bounce back from the negative stuff and all that little stuff. So I think yeah, I just read books based on just the way we think and where we act when things don't go wrong. Don't go
Mhm.
right, should I say. So at the moment I'm reading this book as well called The Power of Habit. Probably
Oh,
heard of it.
I
Yeah.
have that one in
It's
my
good, isn't
library.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
actually not finished it. I've just only got started on it. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, it's just whenever really I get time. I mean, I read every single day, but you gotta space it out and just honestly, man, I think even coming when I was in high school, I hated reading, I hated school, man. But
Yeah.
now I'm thinking if I could go back, I would do different. But yeah, reading, man, it's really good. It's helped me a lot. It's
Mhm.
just sometimes when I'm reading, I feel like I'm with someone there. I feel present, and it helps me, man, in the way I think and the way I do things and all those little stuff. It's a cheat code, man, that people don't know, but oh
Yeah,
well, people do know, but they just choose not to do it because reading is sounds boring, should I say?
for sure.
Yeah, but I think once you get started or get going, you do realize how good it is, man. So
That's
yeah,
it. That's
what
it.
books are you reading?
Oh, several things. So I'm reading Richest Man in Babylon right now. I'm just about to finish it.
Oh, I've
It's
heard of
a
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Like personal finance book.
Mm.
I've got the book called Atomic Habits that's sitting next to my bed that I'm really excited to read. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my hands on. So Tim Grover just came out with a new book
The
called
Winning.
Winning. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
I'm
actually
really
just
looking
pre-ordered
forward
the
to it.
book as well.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah, I just did. Yeah, I'm excited for
yeah.
that one. Man,
I'm
he's the good man.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Like listening to
Yeah,
him,
honestly.
I've read Relentless 3 times now, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that
I've
good.
read it
Like,
twice. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, so class.
You just
And
don't you can't get bored of it, man. Like it's so good. Every time you read it, it's like a little. It's like it's just I don't know. It just refreshes your mind and gets you thinking differently. Gets you going. So it's just
that's
it's
it.
amazing book, man.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, again, the world of reading is like I think you hit it on the head, right? It is a cheat code. Like people don't get it, but
I
you
know,
you
man.
can
Yeah,
learn so much from reading.
a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely.
Yeah.
What does a day in the life look like for you right now?
Oh man. So I'm usually up by probably 6, 7 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
Have my first breakfast. The moment we're in lockdown, which really sucks bad. So I'm I've gone back to the basics. What I used to do when I was in lockdown back in Perth. So
Yeah.
now getting up 6, having breakfast, going for my run,
Uh-huh.
coming back again, probably have another meal, have a bit of a read or something, watch something on Netflix or something, just relax, and then I'll go back for a football session.
Yep.
Go get that done, and then get back home again. Um, have a relaxed session or something. Have probably cook some meal because obviously I cook my own meals here.
Yep.
So make some lunch or dinner as well. And then I'll go back out again for another session. So I'm
Yep.
probably training about 3, 4 times a day. With probably 2 gym sessions. Got little dumbbells and the 2 workout stuff in my room. So I get that done in my room, and then we do Zoom sessions anyway. So yeah, we do those little stuff, but it doesn't feel enough for me. So I'm always out there getting more work in. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
training probably 4 times a week, 3, 4 times a day, should I say? And
Yep.
yeah, it's a lot of eating, man. burn calories like that.
Yeah. No
So
kidding.
yeah, I'm just staying on top of my calories, man. No time to really like I get the little bit of time to maybe get my head out of all the grinding thing and kind of watch something, maybe YouTube or thing or Netflix, but get back out again and train. And then we probably asleep by 10 p.m.
Yep.
Sometimes 9. But yeah, so it's just honestly, I always say this. I said, if someone wanted to kidnap me or something or kill me, you would know exactly where I am.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's the exact same schedule every day, man. It doesn't change. So it's the same thing every day, man. Getting up, training, eating, chilling. I don't really talk to anyone here. So it's when I'm at a football pitch, maybe if I meet some people I can talk to, but apart from that, really, it's a lonely world, man. So you just gotta know where you're going at the end of the day, really.
100%. Yeah, and that's really interesting because people don't like young kids who tell me like, oh, the professional life is the best, is the best. It's so easy. You guys just get to chill all day and do nothing. It's like, nah, man. Like you really have to live the life if you want to get those and achieve those goals.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been living this since I was playing reserves, man. Since I was in the 20s. So, and now anything that comes my way, it doesn't feel strange to me. Mm-hmm. It feels like, oh, well, I've done this before, so it's normal for me. You know what I mean? So, and I think you can't want to be a pro and then want to live like a pro when you get the contract. You have to live like it before you can get it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So that's what I think, man. I think you have to stay ready, man, for the occasion. You can't just think you're gonna get it, because at the end of the day, teams want to take the best athletes. They want to take the best people they can trust, because you're an investment to them, man. They don't want to waste millions of dollars and you can go freaking, not get what is a deserving return, should I say. So I think staying ready is a big thing, man. So, and for you to stay ready, you just got to make some sacrifices, but not everyone is willing to do that, Not everyone's willing to not go to his friend's birthday or go out for the weekend with the boys or go have a drink. And
that's true.
And those stuff, man, like they've helped me to where I am today. I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life. No, don't know what it tastes like. You know what I mean?
Living in Australia, that's impressive.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I missed out on a lot of fun with my friends. Going out or just basically having fun, man. But I know, man. Like when I get to where I want to get, the fun is going to be 10 times better. Sure what I mean?
Yeah.
So you always want to think about long term, man. Go and listen, man. If I choose not to have fun right now, I bet you I'm gonna have more fun later when I make it. So
that's it.
It's worth it at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Definitely. What's an insight to those people who are kind of listening and or watching this interview? What are your goals for? So I guess, you guys are in quarantine right now. What is the situation with your season, I guess? How will that improve, or will you guys actually be able to play a season down there?
Yeah, we actually will be. We were supposed to be back yesterday. Okay. So quarantine was supposed to be ended yesterday, but I think they found a few more cases, so they gave us another 7 days. So what I think what's going to happen is, this week, because we would locked down for 7 days, we were supposed to come back, train for 1 day and go straight to a game the next day, because they expect everyone to be training, man, and getting the work in. Just because you're in lockdown, it doesn't give you the excuse to not work. So that's what they were going to do. But coming up this week, I'm not sure exactly if they will let us go straight to a game or give us a week to train. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure with that one, but yeah, the season is going to go on as long as the cases go down and we'll get out of lockdown. So fingers crossed on that one, man, because I really want to finish the season.
Absolutely. And then are you planning to stay in Melbourne, or are you it's kind of up to whatever happens at the end of the season?
Well, like the people that got me over here, obviously we've got like certain goals and things that we need to achieve by the end. So we're not really coming to stay here, man. The goal is to come kill it, score goals, make my name out there and move on. So hopefully big things coming, man. So you just gotta keep working, and hopefully, anyway, things fall in place, which I believe they will. Just
Yep.
not that's happened, but you just have to believe in a way. So so just keep working, man. And if things fall in place and I do what I said I was gonna do, then hopefully, man, we move on. Really, we'll move on to bigger and better things.
Definitely.
So fingers crossed. Yeah.
Would you want to stay in Australia long term, or are you trying to go play in some of the bigger leagues?
Oh no, I don't want to stay a long time for sure, man. I mean, if you're someone that really want to achieve something, man, is really you have to go all in. You can't just go. I want to play in Australia. I want to play in the A League, man. Like to me, A League is just a short term goal. It's a stepping stone for me, in my opinion. So
For sure.
Right now I'm not there, and
Yeah.
it might sound okay, like, well, man, you're not there yet, so why? You know what I mean? But to me, it's like, man, I'm thinking I'll look at the very bigger picture. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, man, A League, hopefully for 1 year or two, not even, and get moving, man. So because I'm a big believer as well. If you want to get to the next level, you have to dominate where you are, man. So
yeah,
if you're not killing it, don't think you're gonna kill it somewhere else. You might go and kill it, but rarely, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think also I don't think I need to prove anything to anyone, but I need to prove things to myself, you know? So like I'm a bigger critic, man. And if I say something I'm gonna do and I don't do it, I feel like I'm a failure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I just think, dominate where I am first and then go and do it somewhere else, because then I can now that on my resume, like, well, I was here and I scored this amount of goals and I won to the highest level of my country and I scored this amount of goals. So that's why I'm here. And if you say that, people can't really argue that most times, can they? So so that's just my short-term goal. Hopefully get into the A League as soon as possible. Go do my thing there, get some goals, even get top scorer in the league, man. I believe I can do it. So go there and do what I can do, and hopefully move on. I would love to play in Europe, really, as high as I can get, man. As high as I can get, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's fantastic. If you could give maybe one or two pieces of advice to young footballers out there who are watching this and who have heard your story of persevering through the tons of no's over the course of your career and still you're climbing every single time, like what would those be? Like what's your advice to those young kids?
Honestly, like, in my opinion, what I just think, man, is you're not gonna be liked by everyone. You know what I mean? Not every single person is gonna like the way you play. You might have grown up in a club where everyone loved you, man. They adored you. They treat you like the king over there. Then you go to another club and you're almost non-existent. Coaches almost don't look your way. They almost don't care about you. Players don't care about you, almost the thing. But the thing is, one thing you have to always remember, like I read in the Tim Groover's book, is the end goal, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
If you know where you want to get to, take every little thing as part of the journey. You know what I mean? Don't get discouraged by what anyone tells you, if they like you or they don't, if they rate you as a player or they don't rate you as a player. I don't want anyone to rate me. You know what I mean? If you rate me, I appreciate it. If you don't, it's fine with me. Whatever you want to say about me is none of my business, man. You know what I mean? You have to really, it's almost like an arrogance kind of side of you that you need to have, man. Sometimes you just have to believe that you're good enough to go someone, Like I couldn't care less, man, if you just started playing football today. If you're gonna work harder than the other person, do it. Like, I just believe, man, if you believe in yourself more than anyone will, and you just don't get discouraged because you know exactly where you want to get to, then you keep working, man. Don't take your foot off the pedal. That's one thing, because I got, like you said, man, I received so many no's in my life, man.
Yeah.
In football, so many of them, but I never took my foot off the pedal because I knew where I want to get, and those players that used to get played over me are still left where they are right now, and I'm where I am at the moment. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm in the biggest or highest level, but I'm higher than them at the moment. So that's definitely an achievement. So you believe, man, if you don't take your foot off the pedal, you keep working and just don't get discouraged by anyone, because at the end of the day, listen, man, I believe if people have something to say about you, they're scared of you. You know what I mean? You become a threat to them, man. So if you come into an environment where everyone doesn't want to talk to you, or you just feel like left out, man, don't try to fit in. Honestly, if anything, let them come and fit in with your lifestyle, because you didn't fit in with anyone your whole life, man. You don't need to fit in with people. You know, people that don't want you around fear you. They fear what you can do, and they don't want. They feel threatened. You know what I mean? So they grew up in their little bubble where they got given everything, and you came out of nowhere and you're taking everything, and they don't like that. No one likes that. So I think, man, if you keep staying your biggest fan, always know what you're doing. Don't get discouraged by anyone that thinks you're not good enough or whatever it is. Don't take your foot off the pedal, man. Those are three things I would say, really. You can't rest, man. You just can't. You know what I mean? Like, another big thing is, man, if you say you're going to do something, make sure you do that, man. Don't just, you say, I'm going to do a session today. I want to do an extra bit of sessions today. I'm going to do extra running today, man. Don't rest your head in that bed, man. Honestly, before you do it. You know, I can't sleep right now because, like I said, how daily goes, I write them down the first thing in the morning. So when I wake up, I'll do my little meditation, and then I'll have my breakfast, have a shower, and then while I'm eating, I'll just write them down. And at the end of the day, before I sleep, I got to take them all off. If I realize one thing I didn't do it to the best of my ability today, then I got to do it again tomorrow, you know? So don't leave things unfinished, man. Like, you got to have the now mindset. You can't think I'll do it tomorrow, next week, or week after, because, man, I believe me or not, man, someone is doing it right now for you. And they're taking what you should be taking. You know what I mean? So don't leave things unfinished, man. So don't get discouraged by people. Don't listen to what they're telling you. Can't take your foot off the pedal, bro. Because at the end of the day, the moment you rest, you're giving them the right to talk all that crap. You know? Because at the end of the day, I said, man, you don't need to prove anyone wrong, but when people want to mention your name so much, you want to make them eat their words. So whatever they say, make sure that it doesn't happen, because then they're right now. You know what I mean? And you look bad. So the moment someone says something, man, that should fuel you more. It should just get you going more. Like, when someone says something bad about me, or like just gives it it just doesn't rate what I, because, man, when you're telling me I'm not good enough, I don't have a problem with it. But when you disrespect my work, because, man, what I put in, you don't know. You know what I mean? So the moment you kind of just, step a foot into my zone and disrespect what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve as a player, that's when I go, all right, man, you've crossed the line, and now I have to show you. Now it fools me more. It gives me a reason to even get going more and stuff. Sometimes, even when people really, even coaches that didn't like my work, man, I wrote the whole down. I wrote it down all in my book. I read that every day, man. And I said, man, can I let this guy talk this much every day? I can't let him. So I got to show him what I can do now. And at the end of the day, man, promise you, man, every coach or every person that told me I wasn't good enough end up coming up to me. I had a guy told me I wasn't good enough to get my under 20 debut, and I just come from under 18s. Man, my debut scored a hat-trick. Came to me after, right? Not even making this up. Same person again said I wasn't good enough to play first team. Scored on my debut, came to him after. So when you see them come to you, talk to you after, man, it's the best feeling. It makes you feel good. You're like, well, now look at me. Who's laughing? You know what I mean? I got the best.
Yeah.
Whoever laughs last gets the best laugh, man. So it's always the greatest feeling when you prove people wrong. It's amazing. So just don't rest, man. Keep going. At the end of the day, man, you don't make it, guess what? You tried, man. That's all that matters. And people that sometimes that talk the most are the ones that have nothing going on in life. It's either they're doing a job they don't like, or they going through something they don't like, and you're just out here following your dream and living a good life, man. So just be happy, man, and enjoy your life. Honestly, don't worry about what other people think.
For sure. There's a quote that I always think about, is like, if you've got an issue with me, give me a call, or if you've got an issue with what I do, give me a call. And if you don't have my number, it's because you don't know me well enough, and you don't know the things that I've put in to have an issue with me.
100%. Honestly. Yeah. Crazy thing is, if you go on a freeway right now, man, and you stand on the bridge and you see every single car that drive by there, I guarantee you, every single one of those people is going through something you don't know.
That's it.
Behind those mirrors and glasses of the car that you see a person inside, you don't know what they do every day. What would they have? If you saw someone driving a Lamborghini, man, don't get jealous of what they have, man. You don't know what they did to get there. You know what I mean? So
for sure,
they might have gone through way worse than you're going through currently, and they ended up getting what they deserve. Why? Because it's the end goal that matters to them. If all you care about is the end goal, man, nothing is going to stop you. You're going to be jumping those hurdles like it's nothing, man. It feels like your daily lifestyle. It's nothing to you because that's what you're used to. You know where you need to get to, man. So if you don't get the end goal yet, man, all of that doesn't matter, man. Honestly, because they don't know you. You don't even know me, man. You barely, you know what I mean? Like, how can you judge me so much when you don't even know who I am? Totally. You just see me playing football, or you see me running around, but you don't know what I did to get here. Like the fact that I got here in the first place it's big, man. So you don't really know what I did. So that's a good quote, man, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Well, I've got a ton of respect for you and your work ethic. Obviously, seeing you up at Two Halves was sick. So best, like all the best in your career moving forward. If there's anything I can do to help out, let me know. You've got, anywhere in the US you want to go, I've got connections. So if that's a place you want to play at some point, please feel free to reach out. Where can people find you on Instagram?
So I just got, my name is Dor Jok. So just DOR Dior and then 9 at the end. So Dor Jok 9. That's my Instagram there. But yeah, fantastic. Man, honestly, I appreciate the time for that, man. It's also an honor to be on your YouTube as well. Getting interviews because when you message me, to be fair, I think because I don't go on my phone too much, but I was watching Netflix and I see the message pop up. And it took me a while to process it. I say, like, man, it's not, you're not Cristiano, you're not this, but it means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even a professional footballer yet. I'm obviously working towards that, but for you to message me randomly and asking me to do an interview, it put a lot of smile on my face, should I say, because it shows that there's people out there, they might not talk to you every day. You might not even know them properly, but they respect what you do, man, and they care about what you do. And for you to call me for an interview, it meant the world, man. And I honestly appreciate that because it shows that you've been through what I've been through, kind of. How it works, how hard it gets, man, and all those little stuff. And obviously, for you to call me, it shows a ton of respect that you have for what I do and what I've achieved, and I appreciate that, man. I really do, And obviously, for you as well, I hope your recovery goes well, and your football career goes well. I know you will do well, man, for sure. Go player as well. Go player.
Thank you.
Player,
man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's awesome. And again, like I think good things happen to good people and good people who work hard, and that's it. It's who you are.
For sure, man.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the next time I have you on the channel is either going to be one, you're going to be here and we're going to be training together with a professional team, or two, I'm going to have you on when you go pro and we're going to chat again about what that process is like.
It's going to happen, man, for sure. Trust me.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
And I hope it happens soon, but just know, man, it's going to happen for sure. Absolutely. Soon we'll come back here again. We're talking about how the professional life is like. And it's going to be a good chat to look back to what we talked about last time and knowing that we've achieved it now, you know what I mean? But obviously that's not where we stop. We keep going, and hopefully the interview after that is higher and we're doing even better. This is what I think is a beauty thing about football, man. Always knowing that your life can change in a second. Yeah. Because believe me or not, man, 5 months ago I was under 20s player.
Right.
And 5 months later, I'm in Victoria, man. Biggest league after A League in the country, and I'm doing all right. So it's like, this is how quickly life changes when you work so hard, man. So I really hope we have another chat soon one day again, and we've achieved what we wanted to do, and hopefully it happens soon, man, for sure. I appreciate the call, man, for sure, 100%, 100%, step by step every day, man.
That's it. Yeah. That's it, man. Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on, and really appreciate it. Hope all the people watching and or listening to this have sort of gotten as much knowledge as they can from you, because I think you've got a wealth of maturity and knowledge that not a lot of young players have, and I think that's that's unbelievable. It's fantastic, and you are absolutely on the road to success. So I'm really looking forward to
man. I appreciate
keeping it up.
I honestly do. As well. I know I did a lot of things, man, by myself to try to get to where I want to get to. But at the end of the day, as well, you always have some people that support you through your journey and all those little stuff. And the friends that supported me, my family, 2 hours, man, good people. Very good people. Shane, Dean, and all those stuff, man. They good people, man. So they're probably one of the people in WA as well. That work with footballers and all those stuff. That believe what I can do, man. They saw the work I put in all the times, and coming into the center, and going. There's a time where, my touches and passing was so terrible, man, and they helped me so much. And that there as well, it doesn't go unnoticed, man. They do a lot of work with the boys over there, but sometimes I feel like a lot of the boys don't really see that. And if I was them, man, I'll take full advantage of it, man. Especially if you get a parent involved in terms of paying your fees to go train with them and all this. Full advantage, honestly. You 100%. Learn so much. So it's not something you get every day. So big up to those people, man. Honestly, amazing people, and I hope their business grows even bigger. It will grow bigger, man, for sure. So yeah, it's something to appreciate as well. But hopefully everything goes well for all of us, man. And
that's it.
Whoever else out there that's watching as well, man, I just hope you keep working hard, man. Keep your head up. And if things don't go well or don't go your way, you keep going. At the end of the day, don't look at my position or anyone or your position, man, because we had to do something to get to where we are. So
that's it.
Don't worry about where someone is. You just worry about where you are right now and take your journey step by step. And like I said, keep worrying about that end goal. The end goal is the main important thing. So work on your own journey and don't focus too much on someone else's, because they have to do what they have to do to get to where they want to get to. And believe it or not, man, as much as you want to get to where they are right now, they don't want to be there right now. They want to get higher. So, like I said, journeys are different, but you keep working in your own journey, because that's the main story right there, man. Be your own earth and just keep working. So I hope anyone out there that's watching and working as a footballer, man, I really hope everything goes well for you. You keep working hard. And honestly, man, like you said, good people and hard workers get rewarded in the end. And our reward, man, it comes in big packages, man. You know what I mean? It comes, it's good, honestly. So you keep working, man. And sometimes when you feel like no one's watching, a ton of people are watching, man. I've experienced that now a couple of times, and it's crazy, man. So I hope everyone out there, man, you just keep your head up. And if I could talk to anyone that ever wants to reach out to me or talk to me about anything, man, I'm down. I'm probably, I'm down to earth as hell, man. I'll talk to anyone. It could be the young kid, the older guy, anyone, man. Anything you want to talk about, football, life, just hit me up, because if I could help, if there's a way I can help, I would love to help, man. So anyone out there that wants to have a chat or anything, man, just hit my Instagram for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll be linking it down in the description. It'll be up on screen once I get through all
the
editing
man.
and stuff. So yeah, again, thank you so much for being on, bro. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much. No, man. Hope you have a good one, eh?
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for the video. Thanks again for joining me. As you saw and heard, Dor is a fantastic guy. He just has a wealth of knowledge, lots of tips and tricks for young footballers, and says it real. I mean, he really has some of the most authentic voice in football I think I've heard in a really long time, and I genuinely say that. I enjoyed that interview so much and have so much respect for the guy, and I think he has huge things coming. I know he has huge things coming, and he he will definitely be on the channel again as he moves into the professional game. Usually, as you know, I don't usually do non-pro footballers, but he is a special case because I do think that he is going to make it big time, and I am really excited to have caught him before he hit his momentum and his stride. He's already moving up, but I'm really stoked to see what he does with the rest of his career. So that's it for the video, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the video if you got value from it. And as always, be awesome, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.